friends, it's tack. Now out of the about 130 something test videos I have, not all of them are blades, you know, there's some saws and axes and stuff like that in there. But I'm going to take you through some of the ones I thought were the best out of the ones I've tested so far. Now obviously I have a lot more I got to test, so this ain't going to be the best overall. But out of the 100 and some odd blades I have tested, I'll show you what I thought performed the best for the money. Now I'll just go smallest to biggest. I don't know, just to make it simple, at least for me. Blackjack Tac Ops 4. Let me turn the light on for you so you see what the hell I'm talking about. Hey, there you go, you can see. This one was a solid performer. I think the retail for it was like low 100s, but it's a lot of money for a 4-inch blade. It's actually 4.5, but it worked very well. Solid performer. Definitely recommend that one. Next one is Schrade, the SCHF 42. You know, this thing ain't a lot of money. The grivery handles do suck because they're slippery, but besides that, it's a really nice knife. And if you put some micarta on it, it's definitely kick-ass. And I sharpened the hell out of it, so it performed really good as well. Next one, a Cold Steel, the SRK. This is one of my older testing videos. Kind of crappy, I know. I'm trying to just finding my groove, you know. This thing, yeah, this worked really good. Even though it's only Oz 8 steel, still kicked a lot of ass. Thick, it performed well. Good blade. Now don't think I'm some kind of fangirl because I show you more than one of each brand. I'm just, hey man, I've only tested X so far, just being truthful. Another Blackjack Tac Ops 6. Just like that, just bigger. Really cool. Don't like that color, but I do have an all green one. Another Schrade SCHF 52. This is the newer version with the toned down jimping and stuff. And I chose the what is this, TPE instead of the micarta. It just absorbs more shock and stuff like that. I don't know, it's a really good knife for the money though. Another Blackjack, yeah, Tac Ops 8. Big old beast of a blade. This thing performed really well. And all these Blackjacks just come super sharp. Every Blackjack I've ever had has been super sharp. Even if it didn't perform that great, like the Tac Ops 7 I just tested. But they're all sharp. Now one more blade of this size. Can't forget this frickin' thing. Man, this thing kicks so much ass. And you'll know what it is just by the sound. Listen. Yeah, the old rough use knife. The $9 knife. Man, it's still going. I baton wood frickin' daily for my wood stove for the house. Because I make up small kindling to get the fire going. Unless I make up a bunch in one day, then it lasts a couple days. But look at this thing. Man. There's nicks, chips, dings. I keep resharpening it, keep beating the hell out of it. It will not break. I mean, I've attacked pieces that should break. It will break a lot of knives. This thing's still friggin' going. So, like I said, out of the blades I've tested, these are some of the notable for the money. Now it's time to get into a little bit bigger blades. SCHF 45. Really solid performer for the money. Big downfall for me is just the damn jimping. Handle shape's a little weird, but the blade works awesome. Definitely good for the money. But a Kershaw Camp 10. Frickin' beast, man. Wow. I missed this thing. I forgot how awesome this handle was. Because I haven't held this thing in a friggin' while. Really good handle design. Lots of power. That thing's a badass. Memories. I gotta break that thing back out and start beating the shit out of some stuff. Another one I almost forgot, actually, looking through the knife collection of what I've used. I almost forgot this thing. I don't know how the hell I would forget this. Yes, the glass. This thing is a beast. Look how dirty it is, shady. I gotta clean it. Finish held up pretty damn well, though. Did a vid on this a long time ago, a couple years ago. Awesome, awesome performer, too. Man, all really good blades. How about a CRKT? Chance in hell. Yeah, man. Awesome handle again. I forgot how cool this thing felt. Really thin, but it worked really good for the money. Just all awesome blades for the dough. The only one that's expensive is this thing. And that's, I think it was like $180 with a sheath. It was a lot cheaper without, but it's nice to have a sheath, right? unless you get somebody to make a custom sheath for you. But the rest of them are friggin' 40, 50 bucks or something like that. Now, if you're wondering what I'd pick out of these, like I said, this is just a vid of knives that did really good that I tested. And I don't know. You know what? That might be another video. Start doing some monster chop-offs and stuff like that. From memory of how stuff worked, probably one of these two in the center. Especially because of the handles too. That is a good handle, but it's a spindly blade. Where these are still beefy with a good handle. This is a big ass blade, but the handle's not nearly as good as these two. Bigger still, Kershaw Camp 14. This, man, it looks like a freaking one of those Sinbad swords or something. This thing was a monster. I remember hacking trees with this bad boy. Awesome grip. Now, I did have I have 18, and it did have a hairline crack in it. So, I would have brought that down here, because it performed that great, just like this, just even more massive power, but it got a crack. Now, just to defend Kershaw, they did send me a new one to replace it. I just haven't actually tested it yet, so it's hard for me to confirm or not. But the 14 held up. Freaking awesome. This thing is one of the meanest freaking big blades I've used. So, and for a cheap alternative for this is like a medium-sized machete. Cold Steel Jungle Machete. Man, for the money, this thing did a lot of damage. Yeah, the handle's slippery stuff. It's a good shape though, and it's thin, but it has a lot of flex. But for the dough, that was a really good performer as well. Well, we might as well include Tomahawks as well. I haven't used a zillion of them, but I've used 18, 20, something like that. Or at least a good amount. I can't really remember off the top of my head. But the ones that stood out to me, CRKT, RMJ, Kenji T-Hawk, this thing performed really good. Man, I like this thing. The only thing I didn't really like about it is how the metal protrudes from the handle scales a little bit. It is rounded, but it'd be nice if it was flatter. This thing rocked. Love that little guy. And not to be biased, because RMJ designed it, but the CRKT was Kenji T-Hawk too. This thing was a monster. Man, this thing chopped like a son of a bitch. I mean, it way out-chopped this thing. But this is a cool little tactical Tomahawk. Yeah, this is kind of expensive. This wasn't bad. This is like 50 bucks or something. This is like 100 and something. But both some of the best out of the Tomahawks I used. As for axes, I'm sorry I didn't drag them down here. But from what I've used so far, if it says Wetterlings or Grants vs. Brooks, especially Grants vs. Brooks, it's awesome. So you'll be safe with either one. As always, it's good to see you guys. Stay tuned for more vids. And until the next time we meet.